आप लोगों ने, you guys all did a very good नमो अरिहंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उपचायाणं नमो लोए सर्वसाहुणम्। जय जिनेंद्र सभी को। हम we will continue और थोड़ा सा आज फास्ट पेस्ट करेंगे। We will try to leave exactly in 55 minutes. So आज जो somebody was going to do summary, so let's try to do that, wrap it up in 5 minutes, and then we'll start with page 41. Right, that's where we work, Hemal, or am I off a little bit?
We will start with page 39. We
39,
finished.
okay.
We had completed the paragraph from page 38 to 39, but then the first
we
paragraph
start from Paryayon mein fair.
39.
Okay. Chalo,
And
to
Binduji is
aaj,
going to present today
sure,
the summary.
Let's go.
Shall I start the summary, ma'am?
Yes, go ahead.
So last class में हम लोगों ने ये पढ़ा था कि हम लोग को कर्ता भाव
Did she drop? No, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है बिंदु जी, she froze. तो चलो हम फिर बुक से ले लेते हैं. Maybe she'll have to rejoin. We'll start reading the book and when she comes back we'll do the summary. ठीक है? So प्रिया जी आपसे शुरू करते हैं. Start reading from page 39. पर्यायों में फेरफार.
Yeah, ma'am, it's 39 page number, right?
You know, Prabhaji, her audio is echoing today. Could we pick somebody else, please?
Okay. Are you back, Binduji? Nope, she's still frozen.
Megha ji is there. Maybe Megha ji wants to read.
Megha ji, आपकी बुक वगैरह रेडी हो तो आप पढ़ लीजिए या रूपल स्टार्ट रीडिंग.
पर्यायों में फेरफार करने की मिथ्या बुद्धि की अज्ञान है. कर्तावाद है. इसे कर्तावादी अज्ञान का निषेध समय सार के कर्ता क्रम अधिकार और सर्व विशुद्ध ज्ञान अधिकार में पूरी शक्ति से किया गया है. जैन दर्शन के एकर्तावाद का यही मर्म है.
अकर्तावाद means non.
जैन दर्शन का अकर्तावाद मात्र यही तक सीमित नहीं कि कोई तथाकथित ईश्वर जगत का कर्ता नहीं है. अकर्तावाद का व्यापक अर्थ यह है कि कोई भी द्रव्य किसी अन्य द्रव्य का कर्ता हर्ता धर्ता नहीं, यह तक कि अपनी भी क्रम निश्चित पर्यायों में वह किसी प्रकार का फेरफार नहीं कर सकता है. यद्यपि द्रव्य अपनी पर्यायों का करता है, तथापि फेरफार नहीं करता नहीं. क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की श्रद्धा अथवा उर्त अकर्तावादी दृष्टिकोण का एकमात्र सच्चा फल दृष्टि का स्वभाव सन्मुख होना ही है. क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की विकल्पात्मक श्रद्धा करने के उपरांत भी यदि दृष्टि स्वभाव सन्मुख नहीं हुई तो समझाना चाहिए कि उसे क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की भी विकल्पात्मक श्रद्धा ही है, सच्ची श्रद्धा नहीं, क्योंकि क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की सच्ची श्रद्धा और दृष्टि का स्वभाव सन्मुख होकर पर्याय में सम्यक दर्शन की उत्पत्ति होने का एक काल है. कुछ लोगों का यह भी कहना है कि गोमतसार में नीतिवादी को मिथ्या दृष्टि कहा है. यह क्रमबद्ध पर्याय भी कुछ वैसे ही है, अतः इसमें भी एकांत का दोष आता है. पर गोमतसार के नित्यवाद और क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में बहुत अंतर है. एकांत नियतवादी तो पुरुषार्थी अन्य संभाव्यों की उपेक्षा कर एकांत नियतवाद का आश्रय लेकर स्वच्छंदता का पोषण करता है, जबकि क्रमबद्ध पर्याय का सिद्धांत तो पुरुषादि अन्य समवायों को साथ लेकर चलता है. You're on mute,
Given
Prabha.
references to a lot of other shastras, okay? So Gomatsar, Niyamsar, Samaysar. So, like I said, the principles, the topics are going to be very similar, but all the shastras are going to, expand on all these same, fundamentals. So he's saying कि पर्यायों में फेरफार की भी बुद्धि नहीं होनी चाहिए, राइट? सो पर्याय भी अपने आप स्वकाल से स्वचतुष्टय से चल रही है. सो तो अब क्या होता है कि इसी कर्तावादी अज्ञान का निषेध समय सार में किया है. समय सार में भी कर्ता कर्म अधिकार में बोलते हैं कि यू कैन नॉट बी कर्ता ऑफ एनीबडी एल्स एक्सेप्ट बाय सम अपेक्षा आत्मा स्वयं का करता है. ठीक है. जैन दर्शन के अकर्तकवाद का यही मर्म है. तो आत्मा में इतनी शक्ति है कि अपना हर काम वो खुद कर सके, है ना? तो वो षटकारक समय सार में भी आते हैं. फिर जैन दर्शन का अकर्तावाद यहीं तक सीमित नहीं है कि ईश्वर जगत का कर्ता नहीं है. अकर्तावाद का व्यापक अर्थ यह भी कोई कि द्रव्य किसी See, right now, the majority of the religions think that there's a God up there who is doing everything, right? So they can think of nature, whatever is humans happening to us, everything God is doing. Now, we are saying that, yes, Atma can do its own work, but Jainism goes further and says each dravya does its own work also. Not just Ajiv Dravya, Ajiv Dravya also does its own work. Not only God is not doing your work, no other Dravya is also doing your work. So, any Dravya, plant को बड़ा होना है, उसकी भी अपनी फिक्स वो है. उसके खुद के उससे हो रहा है, वो किसी और हमने पानी दिया इसलिए प्लांट बड़ा नहीं हो रहा है. क्योंकि हम देखते हैं, हम खाद डालते हैं, पानी डालते हैं, फिर भी कोई प्लांट्स मर जाते हैं क्योंकि उनकी वही होना था. ठीक है ना? तो ओके, क्रमबद्ध पर्याय की श्रद्धा अथवा उक्त कर्तावादी. So basically again same thing. But the whole purpose of it is to look inwards. क्योंकि बाहर से अगर कोई हमारा कर ही नहीं सकता तो हमें क्या प्रयोजन बाहर से, है ना? तो then you look in, focus inwards. अब यहाँ पर बात आई कि इसमें एकांत का दोष आता है. But there is ekant, but they're going to explain why it is okay. Because it is samyak ekant, okay? Samyak means real, correct, all those things. But then there are saying there is difference between Gomatsar Niyatvad and this Krambaddha Paryay. Now, Rupal, you read this ekant Niyatvadi. I'm just correcting whatever, because I don't want to at that time tell you the mistakes. And then Purusharth Adi was the word. And then those were the two words you were not able to pronounce correctly. Okay, so let's keep going.
Prabhaji, I have a question. What is Niyativad?
Niyativad means basically honhar. Niyati means honhar.
And Prabhaji, is it saying, because it says that Niyativad is Mitra Drashti. That's what's said in Gomatsar.
Yes, the reason I think it'll come again in the
because they say that because I don't think they're claiming that there is ekant ka dosh, because they're saying the 5 samvais are there, that means there is no ekant ka dosh. But you're right,
Right.
somehow I
But
feel
think
it's
about
saying
it. If you
ekant
say
ka
only
dosh,
honhar, if you take only one of those, then wo ekant ka dosh ho jata hai.
then ekant ka
Because it's
dosh.
all
If you
five.
take one of the 5 samvais, then you have
Yes.
ekant.
Yes. Yes.
So Niyatvad is one of the five. Is it
Yes. Niyati is honhar.
Honhar.
So whatever is destined to happen will happen. Niyati is destiny.
destiny?
So if you say only destiny is all that decides, no. Everything together decides. Purusharth also decides. Time decides. All the 5 samvais have to be.
What does this sentence mean? एकांत नियतिवादी तो पुरुषार्थ आदि अन्य समवायों की उपेक्षा कर एकांत नियतिवाद का आश्रय लेकर स्वच्छंदता का पोषण करता है.
Okay, that's exactly what you guys say. अरे जो होना मेरा अभी नहीं पढ़ने का मन हो रहा है वही होना था, so why bother? No, that is ekantwadi. If you take only honhar कि जो होना है, whatever is destined is going to happen, so why should I work towards it? What happened to purusharth? उसकी उपेक्षा कर दी तुमने, means you ignored it.
उपेक्षा means ignored.
Yes. तो अगर आप कहोगे कि जो होना है मुझे एग्जाम में पास होना है तो हो जाऊंगी, why bother studying? Then you are ekant niyatwadi. You are only thinking about honhar, not thinking about kal, purusharth, all those other swabhav.
But the part that got confusing for me is okay. So if you're saying that if you're only looking at niti, whatever, and you say that, okay, what about the other, right? But in the end, even those things, you put the effort in, but it's already decided what all of those 5 things are.
But the effort is also decided, which means you will put the effort.
Correct. So to say to them, oh, but you've forgotten about the other samvais.
So basically what it's saying is, if your mind only conceptualizes the niyativad, means honhar ki jo hona hai hoga, then it is going to make you swachhand, which means not be able to put the effort. You're misguided. Swachhand means one is independence and the other is what is the English word for swachhand? It's like you give some independence to the kids, but then they go beyond their limits. What do you call that? They misinterpret the independence you gave them and go in the wrong direction. Anybody can
They
think
interpret the independence in their own way.
Right, but what would be a good word for swachhand in English? Think about it. Even I cannot come up with it right now, but let's think about it. Because that is important to understand that terminology. That you want to be independent, but you don't want to be swachhand.
Not selfish, but no, yeah.
Basically, it's misuse of independence.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Okay. So that's called swachhandi. Swachhandi means ki you use one principle and you apply it in your favor. It's like the student will say, ठीक है मेरे को पास होना तो हो जाऊंगा, मैं जब it's already determined, फिर मैं क्यों पढूं? That is called swachhandi.
So it is something that they will use the interpretation in a way that it works for them.
For them, yes. And then also same thing in these principles. That's what the mistakes people make. Even those who are studying, they misinterpret to their advantage. So it's like, okay, अगर आपको एक principle बता दिया कि खाना पीना is not the only Jain religion, right? Oh, ठीक है, then why? Then let's eat aloo, pyaj, meat, whatever, who cares? That is swachhandi. So अगर हम कहें कि सिर्फ aloo pyaj nahi khana is not the only Jain religion. The real religion is coming to the soul. Does that mean that they're prescribing that you eat aloo pyaj?
No.
No. And the swachhandi person will use that to say, oh, ठीक है ना, खाने पीने से कहाँ धर्म हो रहा है? So you get the point. What is Vachandi?
They twist and bend things to their favor.
Right. So Krambaddha is to be used, never to be used to do a lack of Purusharth. Krambaddha is that's why it's a very deep subject, if you think about it. It's a very simple principle in a way, but in a way it's very deep. Because you really need to ponder when things don't go your way. Okay, then all the samvais didn't go your way. This was not the right time for this thing to happen. You didn't make the enough effort towards it. This is what was destined to be, and those kind of things.
So when things don't work out,
or even if they work out,
or not, work out
either
to
way,
समझ गए, that's what we've been talking
work
about.
out तो people easily accept कर लेते हैं, इसलिए उसकी बात कम करते हैं.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't work out also, it's all 5 samvai that didn't get satisfied.
Yes. Not only didn't satisfy, your Purusharth was applied to the whatever the result was, whether good or bad.
Oh, Purusharth was towards what we got.
So you cannot say कि मैंने काम किया फिर भी नहीं हुआ. अरे भाई तेरा काम नहीं होने में लग गया.
It was that's key, right? Is that
That's the key. That's the key.
That any one of the samvais was not done to its optimal. That's not the point.
No, that's not the point. But
That is
even
not the point.
right, got applied to whatever the result was.
Exactly. It's the reverse.
Yeah, right. So
that
you
amount
cannot
of
say कि
Purush- the
पुरुषार्थ की
outcome-
कमी से हो गया. ये पुरुषार्थ वो काम नहीं होने में लग गया.
You have to almost say that the outcome comes, you have to look at the outcome and say, this was to be the outcome. So therefore, all
this applied to that.
worked
Yes.
in that fashion to get to that outcome, because that is what was destined to be based on your karma, all that other jazz.
Let's say student A got first rank holder. Student C failed. Now, the teacher's Purusharth of teaching also was applied to the student that failed, and also was applied to the student who got first rank. So you cannot say that वो वहां तो पुरुषार्थ चला टीचर का समझाने का, जिसको फर्स्ट आ गया, और जिसको नहीं आया उसको नहीं चला. ऐसा नहीं है. दोनों जगह पुरुषार्थ तो चला.
So Krambaddha Paryay is forward looking, like things are fixed and this is going to happen.
So it is supposed to give you, number one, low expectation. Okay, so you still will thrive. I mean, you still, let's say you have to pass a India में जो भी most difficult exam होता होगा. And so you'll जो भी काम करोगे पूरी शिद्दत से करोगे. But in the back of your mind, you will have the peace of knowing that the end result is fixed. I don't need to worry about it. तो वो जो एक, I mean,
so if you don't get that end
करने की
result,
शिद्दत तो होनी चाहिए. Yet जो depression part है वो चला जाता है.
but then the thing is, so we got the end result and it was not what we were hoping to get. Then we think backwards that maybe our Purusharth was in the wrong direction, or it was not the right time, or it was not the right place, or it is not in accordance with my swabhav.
Yes. So and then what is going to happen is in practical, in Vyavahar, you will notice कहीं काल की मुख्यता हो गई. अरे अभी सही काल नहीं था. I was not at the right place at the right time बोलते हैं ना लोग. So वो था. कहीं you will try to analyze and say कि हाँ नहीं मैं थोड़े घंटे और पढ़ लेती, शायद वो चैप्टर मैंने अच्छे से नहीं समझा था, इसलिए मुझे मार्क्स कम मिल गए. So that will go on.
But that's from a Vyavahar perspective, right?
That's from Vyavahar perspective.
And that's also
से जितना पुरुषार्थ किया, जितना जिस टाइम में वो end result हुआ, जिस स्वभाव से हुआ, all those applied to the end result, to the karma.
So Semal, that point that you were saying that, oh, my Purusharth was not wrong or not enough, I forget the exact words you used, but that's only from a Vyavahar perspective,
Yes,
all this is Vyavahar perspective. The minute you put all these words and identify things as a certain entity,
no, but the Krambaddha, the principle itself will be
Yeah.
called Nishchay. Okay. Now, how you apply it becomes Vyavhar.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. So, yes. And within Vyavhar also, yes, the fact that you talk about it right away becomes Vyavhar. Yes. But still, there is a slight angle difference in where, when we study Naya, you will understand this better. There's 8 ways of applying Naya. And so it's going to be like Nishchay Naya, but yet you're talking about applying within, whenever it comes outside of just the Atma, it's still Nishchay, but which type of Nishchay, you will understand that later. Okay. So let's keep going. Who is going to read?
One
Nipa?
other clarification I have, Prabhaji, in this akartavadi thing that they said where others think God is doing blah, 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 that's part,
Mhm.
In that, here the point they are trying to make is Atma is akarta for anya dravya. It is also akarta in making fairfar as well.
Of the
There are
Paryay.
2 points, right, in
Yes,
that.
in your own Paryay also.
So not only for others, but also for your own
For
Paryay,
your
it cannot
own
do
Paryay.
fairfar.
Yes, yes.
So it has to go according to Krambaddha, whatever
Yes.
the Kram.
Right.
And so Swachanda, the
So
independent.
it doesn't mean that, so like, for example, let's say some guy is not getting married, right? Usko upadesh to yahi diya jayega. Okay, go meet people, go do this, whatever. But yet, one should know that whatever is destined, whichever girl he's going to find, whatever time, the right time when it is, and swabhav to hai. I mean, it's a guy and he can get married, or girl who can, so what already exists. So, but then it will happen when it has to happen. But, or फिर, उसमें example आता है कि, in India, पुराने जमाने में, वो लड़की को देख के, मैं ये कर लूं, मैं वो कर लूं. Like, people think they can really fare far in the destiny. But really they cannot. तो पुराने जमाने में बिना देखे भी शादी होती थी. It worked. That was the destiny. उस काल में वही होता था, and there was nothing wrong. So it's not like कि वो पर्याय गलत जगह आ गई. No, वो वहां वैसा ही होना था. अब they want to date for however long and whatever. तो वो ही खचित था. So जो बन रहा है वो ही destiny थी. So to try to लोग कई बार दोष दे, ओ मेरे तो पेरेंट्स ने डिसाइड कर लिया था, so I didn't get the right person. तो ये सीखने से कहीं वहां दोष देने की गुंजाइश नहीं होती है. Because पेरेंट्स तो मेरा कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. How can I blame them? This happened because of my own doing, because of my own destiny.
And also it will be like you didn't speak up and say, no, I don't want to do that.
और वो सब तो व्यवहार में तो बहुत सारे निमित्त बातें हो सकती है. Yes. But that's all like निमित्त. Whatever happened is because of your own thing. Plus, yes, पेरेंट्स निमित्त थे, तुमने नहीं बोला वो निमित्त था, तुमने वो सामने वाले ने कुछ झूठ बोल दिया अपने बारे में, वो भी निमित्त हो सकता है. There's so many, निमित्त can be thousands. And it always will be like that. The nimitz will always be multiple. Okay. So let's keep going to page 40. Jo Karyaya is.
So the definition for Swachanda, I was thinking misused independence.
For now, that's the closest. But if we can
I
find.
looked it up in the English version of the Krambaddha Paryay, they call it a one-sided believer. Swachanda is one-sided believer who has only one.
That also makes sense, because what they're doing is they're not looking at the complete picture,
Complete
and
picture.
using it to their benefit.
Yeah.
Which is what the day-to-day arguments, what do you think they're all about?
One-sided.
One-sided.
Exactly.
It
So,
is all about our own opinion that
Yeah.
we get stuck to it, and that causes
yes,
problems.
we never want to look at the complete picture.
Yeah, we can't look at it. That's the whole problem, no, with us right now, with our limitedness of gnana and all this other stuff.
Well, even wherever we can reach, we
And
just
we
reach for our own
choose
benefit.
not to. We choose not to.
For our own benefit.
Yeah, for our own benefit, right? Because we
Yes,
want to make our own arguments. So we put our own.
Exactly.
Nipa, in English, what page is it? I have the book open.
English, it was on page 55. The last paragraph is about this.
Okay.
Gomatsar.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, continue. Nipa, you're reading now?
Sure. Yeah, I can read. So इस संदर्भ में जैनेन्द्र सिद्धांत कोशकार की टिप्पणी द्रष्टव्य है। जो कार्य या पर्याय जिस निमित्त के द्वारा जिस द्रव्य में जिस क्षेत्र व काल में जिस प्रकार से होना होता है, वह कार्य उसी निमित्त के द्वारा उसी द्रव्य क्षेत्र व काल में उसी प्रकार से होता है। ऐसी द्रव्य क्षेत्र काल व भाव रूप चतुष्टय से समुदित नियत कार्य व्यवस्था को नियति कहते हैं। नियत कर्मोदय रूप निमित्त की अपेक्षा ऐसे ही दैव नियत काल की अपेक्षा ऐसे ही काल लब्धि और होने योग्य नियत भाव या कार्य की अपेक्षा ऐसे ही भवितव्य कहते हैं। अपने अपने समयों में कर्म पूर्वक निम्बरवार पर्यायों के प्रकट होने की अपेक्षा श्री कांजी स्वामी जी ने इसके लिए क्रमबद्ध पर्याय शब्द का प्रयोग किया है। यद्यपि करने धरने के विकल्पों पूर्ण रागी बुद्धि में सब कुछ अनियत प्रतीत होता है, परंतु निर्विकल्प समाधि के साक्षी मात्र भाव में विश्व की समस्त कार्य व्यवस्था उपरोक्त प्रकार नियत प्रतीत होती है। अतः वस्तु स्वभाव निमित्त पुरुषार्थ काल लब्धि व भवितव्य इन पांचों समवायों से संवेद तो उपरोक्त व्यवस्था सम्यक है और इनसे निरपेक्ष वही मिथ्या है। निरुद्यमी पुरुष मिथ्या नियति निरुद्यमी पुरुष मिथ्या नियति के आश्रय से पुरुषार्थ का तिरस्कार करते हैं, पर अनेकांत बुद्धि इस सिद्धांत को जानकर सर्व बाह्य व्यापार से विरक्त हो एक ज्ञाता दृष्टा भाव में स्थिति पाती है। कार्योक्ति में पंच कारणों के समवाय को सम्यक घोषित करते हुए आचार्य सिद्धसेन समय सुत सन्मति सूत्र में लिखते हैं, कालोस, दिस इज हार्ड, I'll just say the other one. काल स्वभाव नियति पूर्वकृत निमित्त और पुरुषार्थ इन पांच कारणों में से किसी एक से कार्योक्ति मानना एकांत है, मिथ्यात्व है, और इनके समवाय से कार्योक्ति मानना अनेकांत है और सम्यक्त्व है। Good. Should I continue?
Yeah, read couple more.
Okay. पांच समवायों की चर्चा पद्म पुराण में इस प्रकार है। काल कर्मेश्वरो दैवम स्वभावम पुरुषम क्रिया नियतिर्वा कर्योत्वम विचित्रम क समिहितम। ऐसी विचित्र चेष्टा को काल कर्म ईश्वर दैव स्वभाव पुरुष क्रिया अथवा नियति ही कर सकती है, और कौन कर सकता है। उक्त छंद में राम को वनवास और भरत को राज्य दिए जाने पर जनता अपने भाव व्यक्त कर रही है। ओ दैट छंद। इसी बात का स्पष्टीकरण करते हुए जैनेन्द्र सिद्धांत कोशकार लिखते हैं, काल को नियति में, कर्म व ईश्वर को निमित्त में और दैव व क्रिया को भवितव्य में गर्भित कर देने पर पांच बातें रह जाती है। स्वभाव, निमित्त, नियति, पुरुषार्थ व भवितव्य। इन पांच समवायों से संवेद ही कार्य व्यवस्था की सिद्धि है, ऐसा प्रयोजन है। इस संदर्भ में स्वामी जी का स्पष्टीकरण भी दिखाइए। गोमटसर में जो नियतिवाद कहा है वह तो स्वच्छंदी का है। जो जीव सर्वज्ञ को नहीं मानता, ज्ञान स्वभाव का निर्णय नहीं करता, जिसने अंतरोमुख होकर समाधान नहीं किया है, विपरीत भावों के उछाले कम भी नहीं किए हैं, और जैसा होना होगा ऐसा कहकर मात्र स्वच्छंदी होता है और मिथ्यात्व का पोषण करता है, ऐसे जीव को गोमटसार में गृहीत मिथ्या दृष्टि कहा है, किंतु ज्ञान स्वभाव के निर्णय पूर्वक यदि इस क्रमबद्ध पर्याय को समझे तो ज्ञात स्वभाव की ओर के पुरुषार्थ द्वारा मिथ्यात्व और स्वच्छंद छूट जाए। और भी देखिए।
चलो तो
Can
देखो,
we hold? Yeah.
हाँ, let's do the questions for this one first. So again, इस पेज 40 पे तो वही 5 समवाय की बात हो गई, the one we have already discussed right now, ठीक है, कि वस्तु स्वभाव निमित्त पुरुषार्थ काल इन 5 समवायों से संवेद तो उपरत व्यवस्था सम्यक है, ठीक है। अगर
What is samvet? Samvet means?
संवेद including.
Ma'am, what is the meaning of dive over here?
दैव means दैव शक्ति बोलते हैं ना, like
In English, it is saying destiny. The English book is saying destiny.
Okay, let's I don't want to right now go into the English books, but let's think about it, okay? Are you talking about जो 5 यहाँ पर जो वैसी चेष्ट काल कर्म पद्म पुराण में क्या लिखा है उसकी बात, is that the दैव you're asking about?
So whenever anybody refers or asks a question about a word, can you please tell us which paragraph you're asking the word meaning for?
Daiva is on page 40, the very first paragraph. It is on the 5th line.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine. Yeah, because sometimes the meaning can change depending on the context. नियत कर्मोदय रूप निमित्त की अपेक्षा, इसे ही दैव नियत काल की अपेक्षा, इसे ही काल लब्धि और होने योग्य नियत भाव। हाँ, तो दैव जो what did somebody say in English book it is called?
Destiny, it is saying.
Destiny. Let's see, karmod, because they are trying to include all 5 here. So bhavitavyata is actually destiny, but here it's saying niyat karmoday roop nimit ki apeksha, ise hi daiva. Niyat kal ki apeksha, ise hi kal labdhi.
I can read it in English, what they said. From the point, so whatever action or modification with whatever instrumental causes in a substance is to happen in whatever that first sentence, like jo, jahan, jaise, you know, all that. Such a fixed scheme of events that rise in substance, place, time, and modifications is called principle of destiny or niyativad. From the point of view of fixed rise of karma, the same is termed as destiny or daiva. From the point of view of fixed time, it is called eventuality or kal labdhi. And from the point of view of fixed modifications that are to appear, it is called as future inevitability or bhavitavyata.
Okay. But actually, according to me, I think nimit ki apeksha isse. So basically, they are talking about nimit, and bhavitavyata is honhar. Honhar means that is the destiny. Now, destiny in English, he has explained it as in the future, whatever it is. That's another explanation of it. But let me clarify, because this to me looks like because there has to be a nimit for any karya, any karma to happen, right? We said there's going to be 5 things happening. So there's always going to be some instrument happening, instrumental cause. And I think that is what daiva should mean here.
Actually, what does niyat mean? Niyat itself.
Niyat
not
means
niyati.
fixed.
Fixed. Niyat is fixed.
Whatever is fixed to happen.
That is niyat versus niyati.
Yes. Niyati means what is destined to happen, which is also fixed, but they're in different sense.
So somewhere, ma'am, over here, Daiv, Kalapti, Bhavityatva, all these are synonyms, I guess.
Of
Yes.
the 5
What
samvaya.
they're trying to explain is when you see these words, how to take it. That's what they're explaining in the next page here.
And also, what did Kanji Swami say? That whole paragraph was like, I don't get it, you know.
Me
It's
neither.
very complicated sentences.
Okay, so let's quickly read it. कांजी स्वामी ने स्पष्टीकरण कैसे किया है? गोमट सार में जो नियतवाद है, so गोमट सार is a ग्रंथ, right? उसमें जो नियतवाद है, so नियतवाद is another principle that things are fixed. वह तो स्वच्छंदी का है. So what they're saying is कि गोमट सार का जो नियतवाद है, कांजी स्वामी ऐसा कह रहे हैं कि वो स्वच्छंदी आपको कर सकता है. जो जीव सर्वज्ञ को नहीं मानता Gyan Swabhav.
Prabhaji, what page are you on? Because that's not
I'm
the
on
paragraph.
41, right? Is that the one you asked about?
No, I was looking at the one right after that paragraph in which Kanji Swami said, you know, the one we just read, the Bhavitavya कहते हैं, after that there is a Kanji Swami paragraph. ने इसके लिए कर्मबद्ध पर्याय का प्रयोग किया है. And then there is a यद्यपि करने धरने के विकल्प पूर्ण रागी बुद्धि
Okay, I
में.
didn't. There we go. Okay, got it.
The
That
second
is the
part.
paragraph you're not okay. यद्यपि करने धरने के विकल्प और आगे बुद्धि सब कुछ अनियत प्रतीत होता है. परंतु निर्विकल्प समाधि का साक्षी मात्र भाव में विश्व की समस्त कार्य व्यवस्था उपरोक्त प्रकार नियत प्रतीत होती है. Okay, so what he's trying to say is कि normally when you see people, what are they doing, right? करने धरने का विकल्प सारा दिन हमारे चलता रहता है कि let me do this, let me do that, all those things, right? But nirvikalpa samadhi, without having all those thoughts of doership, and only sakshi means observer, matra bhav में विश्व की समस्त कार्य व्यवस्था उपरोक्त प्रकार नियत प्रतीत होती है. If you were just the observer, you would realize that the universal, everything that's happening is happening because of its own cause, and it is like an autopilot mode.
What is uparokta?
Uparokta means said above.
Oh.
Upar means above, ukta means said.
Oh, so what they explained above in the previous
Yes.
paragraph, that is how the Vishwa ki samasta karya vyavastha hai.
Right.
Niyat pratit hoti hai. Like fixed pratit
Fixed.
hoti hai.
Yes.
So it appears fixed.
Yes.
परंतु निर्विकल्प समाधि के साक्षी मात्र भाव में, oh, so in the निर्विकल्प समाधि के साक्षी मात्र भाव में it appears niyat. It appears fixed.
Yes.
So वस्तु स्वभाव निमित्त पुरुषार्थ काल अवधि भवितव्य, इन पांचों समयों से संवेद means fixed. No, संवेद including, yes. इन पांचों के including तो उपरोक्त व्यवस्था सम्यक है. 5 समयों
Or
से
nirpeksh means if you don't include all the 5, then that would be mithya.
not Oh, you know, somewhere else we had learnt about sapeksh and nirpeksh.
Yes, sapeksh means with reference to nirpeksh means you don't have a peksha of that.
Sapeksh is also relative.
Yeah, sapeksh can with the sapeksh means with the reference to.
With reference to a
With
relative
reference to will be the correct translation of sapeksh.
And is nirpeksh the opposite of sapeksh?
Yeah, with no reference.
With no reference.
Yeah. So if you don't tell the reference and you आप अपनी बात पे अड़े रहो, then it is mithya.
Okay.
So,
But if you tell the reference, then you're always correct.
so then this is
I
more
can always be correct based on my opinion. If I say, according to my opinion, I'm this, then you've covered yourself because you're not telling the universal truth.
so then
Right.
it's
इसी को एकांतवाद और अनेकांतवाद कहते हैं कि हमारा धर्म अनेकांतवाद है.
Yes, हमारा धर्म अनेकांतवाद है क्योंकि हमारा धर्म अपेक्षा बताता है.
अपेक्षा
इस अपेक्षा से
अपेक्षा मतलब सापेक्ष.
Yes, सापेक्ष.
or नहीं.
कोई भी चीज अगर
So
आप
when we include the 5 samvai, then it is vyavastha is samyak. But when we don't use the reference of the 5 samvais, it is mithya.
Yes.
What is a nirudhami purush?
Non purusharth nahi karne. Udyam means purusharth. Nirudyam means opposite of purusharth.
An idle person,
Yeah.
not
Lazy.
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 Idle is better. There is no such thing as lazy.
Really?
Okay.
Pramadi.
Okay. Chalo. We are very slow. I have to cover at least 5 pages. Please, let's keep going.
पर कैसे जाएंगे अगर समझा नहीं तो वहीं का वहीं रहेंगे क्लास के बाद भी. Prabhaji.
Yes, ma'am. आप जितना स्पीड बढ़ाएंगे यहाँ स्लो होगा.
Seriously, I mean, after class, I have to sit down and like reread it because it's like, wait, what? Okay, sorry.
But you know what? If you listen it again, the video, it really makes sense. Lot of things. You can do at your speed. It really works.
That's what I have to after class. I've learned I have to do this now. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. So,
Hello.
hello. I mean,
So
it's
then,
questions, then I'm not going to go ahead and explain. By the time you ask
I
questions,
think
the whole thing-
basically everybody got the gist of it. It's just that they are saying in different words
yeah. See,
again.
they're hammering it into you with so many different ways that you understand that, yes,
Yes.
this Krambaddha Paryay is a
Couple of
very,
times the same
very
thing,
good
different ways.
principle. And so,
I am good to go to page 42. If everybody
But-
else is ready, then let's
That's
go.
a leap,
what a
a huge leap forward.
completely skip the page 41. Okay, fine.
Unless, Prabhaji, unless you have some pearls of wisdom for us, I will take it.
I have to go. So pearls of wisdom तो बस इतना ही है कि देखो basically ये जो बताया ना पद्म पुराण में how they're using all these different words काल कर्म ईश्वर दैव स्वभाव पुरुष क्रिया. So they're just, when you read those, then don't get misguided. So that's why they're telling you, what gets included in which samvai. Okay, so that's all they're explaining here.
They're just trying to tell us that all these books are saying the same thing in their own way.
Exactly. Yes. Okay, let's do at least one more page. Then I gotta
Yeah.
go. So
Oh, but Prabhaji, we've only done half an hour of class. You have full half an hour left.
what are you talking
Oh,
about?
45 minutes we
Oh,
did.
sorry, 15 more minutes left. Sorry,
15 left.
15 minutes.
Yeah, but I'll go by 8 to 9. You messed up on the time. I have to go somewhere.
No, for Saturday it is different, right?
It is
No,
Saturday.
actually, I looked
Saturday, we
back.
start early.
She
so we can
agreed.
end early.
She agreed 8 o'clock start time for this, but I missed that part. I wrote it down also in the Saturday evening group.
Okay,
the
let's
same
keep
day.
moving. Let's do this one more,
Yes.
2 more
Page
pages.
42.
कौन पढ़ेगा? चलो.
मैं पढ़ूं?
Dolly ji पढ़ो.
हाँ.
Whoever can read fast.
AK
पढ़ूं?
not
ज्ञानी
AK,
कहते हैं कि इस क्रमबद्ध पर्याय को माने को पुरुषार्थ उठ जाता है, किंतु ऐसा नहीं है। इस क्रमबद्ध पर्याय का निर्णय करने से कर्ता बुद्धि का मिथ्याभिमान उठ जाता है और निरंतर न्यायक पने का सच्चा पुरुषार्थ होता है। ज्ञान स्वभाव का पुरुषार्थ न करे उसके क्रमबद्ध पर्याय का निर्णय भी सच्चा नहीं है। ज्ञान स्वभाव के पुरुषार्थ द्वारा क्रमबद्ध पर्याय का निर्णय करके जहां पर्याय स्वसन्मुख हुई, वहां एक समय में उस पर्याय में 5 समवाय आ जाते हैं: पुरुषार्थ, स्वभाव, काल, नियत और कर्म का अभाव। यह 5 समवाय एक समय की पर्याय में आ जाते हैं। नायक स्वभाव के आश्रय से पुरुषार्थ होता है, तथापि पर्याय का क्रम नहीं टूटता। देखो, यह वस्तु स्थिति, पुरुषार्थ भी नहीं उड़ता और क्रम भी नहीं टूटता। नायक स्वभाव के आश्रय से सम्यक दर्शन, ज्ञान, चारित्र दी का पुरुषार्थ होता है और वैसी निर्मल दशाएं होती जाती हैं। तथापि जस्ट अ सेकेंड, तथापि पर्याय का क्रमबद्धता नहीं टूटती। उक्त कथनों से स्पष्ट है कि गोमटसार में एकांतों के कथन में जो नियतवादी मिथ्या दृष्टि का कथन है, उसका क्रमबद्ध पर्याय से कोई साम्य नहीं है। नियतवादी जैसी स्वच्छंदता का पोषण क्रमबद्ध पर्याय में कदापि नहीं है। स्वामी जी के समष्टीकरण से भी यह पूर्णतः स्पष्ट हो जाते हैं कि वे एकांत नियतवाद के पोषक नहीं हैं, अपितु सच्चे अनेकांतवादी हैं। इस पर कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि आप कुछ भी कहो, पर क्रमबद्ध पर्याय का सिद्धांत लगता तो कुछ एकांत सा ही है। भाई, आपके लगने को अब हम क्या कहें? जब अनेक आगम प्रमाणों और युक्तियों से स्पष्ट कर दिया, तब भी यदि आपको एकांत सा लगता है, मैम आई कंटिन्यू।
कंटिन्यू, ये पूरा पेज पढ़ लो।
तो हम क्या करें? हमें तो आपके सामने युक्तियों और आगम ही रख सकते हैं, अनुभव तो करा नहीं सकते। यदि गहराई से विचार नहीं करोगे, ऊपर ऊपर ही सोचोगे तो एकांत सा लगेगा ही। गहराई से विचार करने का स्पष्ट प्रतीत होता है कि यह मिथ्या एकांत नहीं है। क्या कहा? मिथ्या एकांत नहीं है। हाँ हाँ, सम्यक एकांत तो वह है ही। क्या एकांत भी दो तरह का होता है? हाँ हाँ, एकांत ही क्यों, अनेकांत भी दो तरह का होता है। तो क्या जैन दर्शन में एकांत को भी स्थान प्राप्त है? क्या वह अनेकांतवादी दर्शन नहीं है? जैन दर्शन अनेकांत में भी अनेकांत स्वीकार करता है। यद्यपि जैन धर्म अनेकांतवादी दर्शन कहा जाता है, तथापि यदि उसे सर्वथा अनेकांतवादी माने तो यह भी तो एकांत हो जाएगा। अतः जैन दर्शन में अनेकांत में भी अनेकांत को स्वीकार किया गया है। जैन दर्शन सर्वथा न एकांतवादी है और न सर्वथा अनेकांतवादी। वह कथनचित एकांतवादी और कथनचित अनेकांतवादी है। इसका नाम अनेकांत में अनेकांत है। कहा भी है, अनेकांतोपयनेकांतः प्रमाणनय साधनः अनेकांतः प्रमाणाते तद्देकांतो अप्रितात्रयातः। प्रमाण और नय है, जिसके साधन जिसके, ऐसा अनेकांत भी अनेकांत स्वरूप है, क्योंकि सर्वांश ग्राही प्रमाण की अपेक्षा वस्तु अनेकांत स्वरूप एवं अंशग्राही नय की अपेक्षा वस्तु अनेकांत रूप सिद्ध है।
एकांत रूप
सिद्ध है। मैम, डू आई कंटिन्यू?
एक और पेज पढ़ लो फिर।
जैन दर्शन के अनुसार एकांत भी दो प्रकार का होता है और अनेकांत भी दो प्रकार का, यथा सम्यक एकांत और मिथ्या एकांत। सम्यक अनेकांत और मिथ्या अनेकांत। निरपेक्ष नय मिथ्या एकांत है और सापेक्ष नय सम्यक एकांत है, तथा सापेक्ष नयों का समूह अर्थात श्रुत प्रमाण सम्यक अनेकांत है और निरपेक्ष नयों का समूह अर्थात प्रमाणभास मिथ्या अनेकांत है। कहा भी
hold you there. Prabhaji, if we can just finish this one and then Binduji can give her summary for last time, I think we should do that.
Yes. Okay, so let's stop here. And somebody mark that where we are going to start.
I did. I marked it.
And then, okay, so let's quickly go over. There's not a whole lot to this. Basically, what they're saying is anekant or ekant. Okay, so what they're saying is, let's say, for example, if I say we are all a pure soul. Ab usme koi apeksha nahi lagti. It is what it is, right? So that will be samyak ekant, right? Mithya ekant is when you take one out of those five things, the complete truth, you take one angle and you only insist on that. That is mithya ekant. Okay? Now, in anekant mein anekant. So kathanchit word basically means with reference to. Okay, so as long as you give reference to, it is anekant. Okay, ab anekant may be what they're saying is anekant mein anekant hai, means Jainism is saying ki we are an anekant dharma, but even that anekant applies with a certain reference, not always. All right. And same thing, ekant also applies with a certain reference. Like I just gave you the example that I'm of pure soul. There is no reason to give a reference, but that is it. So what they're saying is ki there will be times when Jainism will also use ekant.
So ekant always means without reference.
निश्चय में से एकांत और व्यवहार में से अनेकांत?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. What they're saying is ki it's an anekant dharma, fine, but within anekant also we will tell you the apeksha when we are going to use anekant and when we are going to use ekant. So we will give you a reference of which situations we are going to use only ekant and which situations it's going to be anekant. That's what anekant mein anekant means.
तो मतलब अब अनेकांत जो हमने अपने दिमाग में सेट कर रखा था उसमें भी अब नए लगा के करना,
उसमें भी नए लगेगा, यस, क्योंकि हर सिचुएशन को आप अनेकांत की तरह से नहीं देख सकते. कुछ सिचुएशन में एकांत ही लगेगा. कहीं
that will always be in relation to atma only, no, the ekants,
right?
Well, it will be
certain principles that are fixed. This is the way they are. You cannot say in reference to this, this is the way it is. And then there will be most other things you will be able to give the reference.
So
Paryay
basically,
apeksha, dravya apeksha, lot of apekshas, and there will be certain things where there is no apeksha. It is like that.
so it's basically where you have your fixed, you have your principles, which are always an absolute truth in
Right.
any circumstance.
Because sometimes they're absolute truths. They don't change depending on apeksha. There are other statements that will change based on which apeksha
So
you're
the
talking.
absolute truths are ekant.
Yes.
Correct. That is correct.
One second, Prabhaji, I have two questions. Absolute. I'm writing this down though. Are ekant. Okay. Over here, why is it important for us to know that it is including ekantvad and anekantvad? Why is this important with respect to
Because they
Krambaddha
want you
Paryay?
to, yes, they want you to understand the complete truth. So, jab hum, what they're saying is ki, what did he say? Gehrai se vichar karoge. So, if you don't think about it in depth, you may think, oh, they're only talking about one side, and that's not the case. So every time they make statements, you have to make sure you understand it in depth, is what the point he's trying to get to.
But he said that with respect to the doubt of that KVP is ekantvadi. He responded to this. This response is to that, but I don't know how the two are connected. See, on the previous
because
page,
remember
is
they
the
were
doubt.
comparing Gomat Sar mein niyatvad is ekantvad, that is mithya.
Right.
Ye पिछले वाले
So they
page
are
mein aaya
saying
tha,
that
right?
doubt is that maybe it is ekantvadi, and then in response it is saying it is anekantvadi.
Right. So basically what they're saying is Krambad looks like ekant because you
Right.
want us to believe like this and this cannot change. So what he's saying is ki
Because it is fixed. Because it is fixed
fixed,
order.
but
That's why they
they're
are saying it
it's
is ekant.
Right.
Oh.
It's an absolute truth, right?
So right.
Their mind, it's not their mind. I mean,
Right.
it's-
In their mind, they're taking it like that. And so what his response is, if you take it like that, I cannot help you. But I'm giving you Agam references to tell you that it is an ekant like that.
And they are saying that
So what
Jain
that, and
darshan mein
also the
ekant ka bhi sthan hai, is
Bikul
what they
hai.
are saying.
That's what
Because
they're
in
saying.
absolute truths, that's where the ekant ka
That's
sthan
where the
comes.
ekant will apply.
And
Then you
Krambaddha
cannot say
Paryay
in reference
principle.
to this, I'm pure soul. If the reference to this, I'm not. That's
so Prabhaji, if they say if they say that Krambaddha Paryay is a true or false, is ekant, or they say, pick the right one, Krambaddha Paryay is ekant or anekant, what would your answer be?
an ekant.
Yeah.
Got it.
It is anekant because it is because there are 5 samvais.
Right. Now it can be ekant if you are at one point talking about one thing. Within the anekant, if let's take the elephant example. I am saying in reference to elephant's leg, elephant is like a column.
Pillar.
That is okay. That's samyak ekant. Because I explained the apeksha.
Okay,
So
so
use that with reference to KBP, no, Prabhaji?
yeah. So sorry. So that means if in a multiple choice they say is KBP ekant, ekant, anekant, and whatever else they choose, would you pick both?
With multiple answers, you mean?
Correct. In multiple
This
choice.
is what it is.
Pick the ones that are
अनेकांत की दृष्टि मिल जाती है, उसके लिए फिर निश्चय नहीं से मतलब कि मैं pure आत्मा हूँ, वो
Yeah, but
एकांत
Your answer will come when we read the page 44 more further, because they're explaining when you can call it ekant, when you can call it anekant.
So
if you
Prabhaji, can you
apply
give that
the
example?
apeksha, if you apply the apeksha, then it will, okay. If you say, okay, in this thing to happen, according to Purusharth, didn't happen. If you only use
From point of view of
point
Purusha.
of view of Purusharth, this student didn't do enough, then that is
anekant.
yes.
Ekant. No, that is
I'm
ekant.
sorry, ekant, anekant. No. It's anekant, no? Because
No,
it's
no.
point of view, so it's with reference to.
So, okay. Okay, let's do this. Because of lack of time, let's go through some more examples next class. Okay.
Okay,
Then we
that's
can
a
take
good
it up further.
placeholder.
Yeah, and let's go through Binduji quickly now.
Yes.
Also, anybody who does summaries, can you please pass them forward? It's always
Yes.
helpful.
Post it.
Right?
I'll post
Actually,
it. Yeah, I'll
ideally
send it
post
to
it
my
in the
sister.
Google
I don't
Drive
know.
also. Post it in the group as well as save
Yes,
it in
yes.
the Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is doing that? Is Seemaji taking care of putting things in the Google Drive?
Actually, we haven't done that till now,
Google
but we
Drive,
will do
we
it.
didn't start it, but we'll start it.
Yeah,
We
I've
have
been
it now.
telling you guys, whenever somebody has a good summary, somebody has a, even if
We
somebody
will.
wants to share and put their summaries or
We
done,
will.
they've written
Thank
it.
you
That's
for
a
the
good place
reminder.
to be. Yeah,
Thank
please.
you.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
go ahead. Because you'll enjoy going back to them
Yeah,
even in the future years, you know. So, okay, Binduji, go ahead.
लास्ट क्लास में हमने ये पढ़ा था कि हम हमेशा सोचते हैं कि we do everything in our life, whatever is happening around us is because of what we do. जैसे कि normal aging process में we get wrinkles and our hair turned gray. That is not in our control. What happens to our body is not in our control. और फिर हम ये भी सोचते हैं कि हम सोच समझ के खाना खाएंगे, सोच समझ के उठना बैठेंगे, तो सब हमारे हाथ में रहेगा. तो हमें एक एग्जांपल दिया गया कि जब एक बच्चा माँ के पेट में रहता है तो उसके हाथ में कुछ नहीं रहता है, ना खाना पीने का, ना उठने बैठने का. तो all these things are not in our hands. So we should live that apnatva. So we have to get rid of that burden, and then only we'll be able to dwell inwards, and that is what is going to help. Next हमने ये पढ़ा कि ज्ञान और ज्ञेय के बारे में. ज्ञान इज इंडिपेंडेंट, वो अपने कार्य अपने आप में करने में सक्षम है और पूर्ण सुयोगी है. ज्ञेय के अनुसार ज्ञान नहीं होता है और ज्ञान के अनुसार ज्ञेय जाना जाता है. तो इसे एक एग्जाम्पल से हमें समझाया गया है कि जो एक बंदी अगर जेल में रहता है, वो पूरा कमरा डार्क है, फिर भी अगर उसमें एक सुई जितना भी लाइट आने का लाइट नहीं आता रहता है, अगर फिर भी वो अपने आंख बंद करके वो अपने प्रेमिका के बारे में सोच सकता है, उसका चेहरा उसको अच्छे से दिखाई देता है. तो इससे हमें ये समझ में आता है कि उसके ज्ञान में वो प्रेमिका थी तो उससे वो देख पा रहा है. द ऑब्जेक्ट व्हिच वाज इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम वाज नॉट नेसेसरी फॉर हिम. और इसमें और एक देखा था हमने, बुद्धिज्म में बोलते हैं कि ज्ञान ज्ञेय से उत्पन्न होता है और उसका कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट का शेप के वजह से ज्ञान उत्पन्न होता है, लेकिन हम जैन धर्म में ऐसा नहीं मानते हैं. और हमने कुछ ऐसे अच्छे एग्जाम्पल्स में ये बात समझा था कि हम कभी कभी कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स हम लोग ढूंढते रहते हैं, तो अगर वो हमारे सामने भी रहता है तो वो हमें कभी नहीं मिल पाता है, तो हमारा ज्ञान का योग्यता उस समय नहीं था. तो हमने ये द्रव्यानुयोग के एग्जाम्पल से वो समझा. अगर कर्णानुयोग के एग्जाम्पल से हम समझेंगे तो हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि उस वक्त वो कर्म के आवरण से वो हमें सामान नहीं मिला था. अगर प्रथमानुयोग के उससे समझेंगे तो हम उसको एक स्टोरी बना के, जैसे हम लोग बोल रहे थे कि हमेशा हस्बैंड्स को कुछ फ्रिज में या इधर घर में सामान नहीं मिलता है, वैसे एग्जाम्पल से हम लोग समझ सकते हैं. और चरणानुयोग का एग्जाम्पल से हम लोग समझेंगे तो हमने इतना पुरुषार्थ नहीं डाला और वी डिड नॉट पुट इनफ एफर्ट, इसीलिए हमें उस वक्त वो सामान नहीं मिला था. और फिर हम लोगों ने द्रव्य गुण उसके बारे में पढ़ा था. द्रव्य और गुण दोज बोथ आर नॉट चेंजेबल. पर्याय में हम अपना पुरुषार्थ डाल सकते हैं. तो ये क्रमबद्ध पर्याय विल अलाउ अस टू एक्सेप्ट दिस थिंग्स. कर्ता भाव को छोड़ने में मदद करेगा. जो माइन्यूट डिटेल्स है उसे समझने के बाद ही हम सिर्फ we should believe that we are just the observer in all these things that's happening. द्रव्य और गुण में हम कुछ फेरफार नहीं कर सकते हैं.
Done?
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very good.
Thank you.
So see these summaries, again, we get to conceptualize the last class, and those who missed, of course, I don't want people to miss. Like today, I think Shikha and Miniji are not here from last class. Their buddies should call and find out what's happening. So, right, nice and right. And we will try to see if Friday ko agar sab log aa sakte ho, to we may take little extra long, because us time thoda easily log kar payenge Friday night, hai na? So, I know.
Let's finish the class and chat for a minute, Prabhaji.
Okay. Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup. Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup. Sahajanandi Shuddha Swarupi Avinashi Hu Atma Swarup. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है, इसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार है. And I want you guys to do Naubad Namakar mantra just to have this peace of mind and just absorb what you just learned. So right now we'll stop the recording, and then